like funeral to me, alone a song of grief, and not for what has passed, but for what shall last.
Exhausted natural is so tragic and so eternal. All spectacular shit, magic kills yourself. Death blows are slowly glowing to the toes. Merciless is falling off your head.
I'm here with her and dressed with a few petals on my breast. We shared our feelings and letters came to the same. I love your warmth, but yet before this never come to roll. We fixed our eyes up to the sky to see a flight set us farewell.
Where we see each other next time. So please, come back to celebrate this festival. So, the question is, are you a free man living in a free country? Are you a slave living in a communist country? So anybody that gets a ticket needs a copy of Article 1, Section 9, Chapter 2. And you need to highlight towards the bottom where it says that the only time they can do this is when it's rebellion or invasion. The thing you got to remember, when they said invasion, they're talking about other countries invading our country. They, at that time, lived in diseases and infestation and all that. And yet, they never put it in the Constitution for the government to take control. It was a part of life for them, of the Founding Fathers. So that Article 1, Section 9, Chapter 2 does not say they're allowed to do this because of a virus. And it says they may do this. Okay, may means it has to be extreme circumstances at the very least. Don't mean they just get to do it any time they want. I still want to live in a free country. I don't want to live in a communist country. I can't remember what year it was, but I did hear a story of a very famous Russian boy. He was 13 years old when Russia was in a communist, really hard time communist country. This 13-year-old boy turned his father in because he did not believe in communist rules and laws. So the soldiers came and grabbed his father, broke into their house, grabbed his father, took him, and killed him. And this 13-year-old boy was a Russian hero. He sentenced his father to death because he did not agree with communism. And sent his father to death. Are we there yet? No. But we are getting fined for being outside our house. Look, this is not complicated, y'all. If you're scared, stay home. But the people who want to be free, let them be free. If you're that scared, stay home. It's not complicated. The government has no authority to do this. And they do it and they say it out of safety. But they have no obligation for safety. It's just a made up deal that they said to enslave you. And it worked. So the decision you got to make today and onwards, are you a free man and a woman in a free country? Are you a slave woman and man in a communist country? This is your decision. You have to decide for yourself what side of the aisle you're on. Our neighbors is calling on our neighbors because they are stepping outside of their homes. They've been that 13-year-old boy sentencing their neighbors. Maybe not to death, but when will that come? Because in Russia it didn't start off that way either. When they get by with something, government does not let go. And you guys are giving them the authority that they do not have. There is a place for government, but it's a limited government, and we need to keep them limited. Because all they're going to do is keep taking. They said, get used to the new norm. Okay, so the new norm is now you're going to be locked up in your house? Or you only get to leave whenever the government says okay? They planned out the ones that said, get used to the new norm. They said it. During that you're stuck at home. Or limited time to go get supplies. I didn't say this. They said it. You guys have a decision to make. If you get a ticket and you want to fight it, get a copy, Article 1, Section 9, Chapter 2. And then put it in the court system. And you're going to have to write a dismissal under that deal, or tell a lawyer to do it. If you don't do it, that lawyer is not working for you. People, it's time. It's time to study your Bill of Rights. And it's time to know where the government's supposed to stop at, and they're supposed to stop at the Constitution, and they keep taking. Second Amendment, not to be infringed, but they're infringing on it every single day. Fourth Amendment, search and seizure. They're doing it without warrants every single day. Somewhere. 3 o'clock in the morning. In military clothing. Google it. Ask specifically what the American flag with the gold trims around that flag means. Google it. It means amity, martial law. Well, amity or martial law. People, martial law has existed, and that's the reason why that flag's been hanging in them courtrooms. The Civil War has never ended. Not a single president has ended it. World War I has never ended. Not a single president ended that war. World War II has ended. So we've been in martial law since the Civil War. They've just been playing with us and slowly enslaving us, where we don't know where we've been enslaved. And I used to be one until I started paying attention to the Constitution. Until I started paying attention to the Bill of Rights. I'm going to give you one little hint that they've been ignoring since FDR. The 12th Amendment says there's to be 2 ballot tickets, one for the vice president, one for the president. You're to pick for the vice president. It don't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. And then you vote for the president, which you can have a Democrat vice president and a Republican president if we, the people, decide to vote that way. But we have that power, and Congress has been completely ignoring that because FDR said he's not going to run for president unless he gets to pick the vice president. So the Democratic Congress talked to the Republican Congress to let that slide, and they did. So we end up with the worst president ever. Study the things that he's done. Got rid of gold. All that kind of stuff. Put us in bankruptcy and all that. Enslaved us. That's the reason why we pay taxes, is because of that right there. And they've just been grabbing, taking, grabbing, and taking, and no consequences to their actions. Because we, the people, are being fools. We've been lied to. We have not been studying. That we have actually a God-given right. And they don't get to do whatever they want to do. We need to start asking questions at the elections of sheriffs. We need to start asking questions about the judges we vote for. We need to start asking questions about the mayor. Because it starts at home. Then spreads up to the bigger Congress, Senate, President. Y'all, we are in beginning stages of communism. We're past socialism. We're past it. We are literally in communism right now. And we're under martial law. They say, geez, I went blank. You guys know what I'm talking about. But literally, it means martial law, which we've had it the whole entire time. So you're going to have to pick. You're either a free man in a free country, or you're a slave in a communist country. Or you can go ahead and be a slave in a free country. The decision's yours. If you want to sit on the couch and watch all these fancy TV shows and movies all the time when you're off work instead of checking up on the Constitution and your rights, then you deserve what you get. It saddened me that the rest of us that want to live free, y'all are putting us in bondage. And I'm not being mean. I was this way. My parents didn't teach me. My grandparents didn't teach me. It didn't feel right. And I started studying because I was innocent on a couple of things and charged guilty. Now, it wasn't a major crime, no big deal. It was tickets. But innocent's still innocent. When I went in there to sign the paperwork, nowhere in there did it say innocent. It says not guilty, guilty, or no contest. Not guilty and innocence, two different definitions. Look it up. Does not mean the same thing. I just wanted to kind of voice my opinion, and this is my opinion only. And I'm speaking on behalf right now as a person, not as a person, but as a man that's not fearful of this virus. I may get it, and you should be cautious. I'm cautious. Cautious and fear is two different things. I got a humidifier. You know, I inhale the steam off there. It may not take it all out, but it does kill the bacteria if I do get it. It helps, you know, keep pneumonia stay away. You know, I put a little tea in there, basically garlic is good for you. Rose, peppermint leaves, and kind of make a tea. Basically, you can drink it or you can inhale it. So you get a peppermint inhalant, which opens your your lungs, where it's easier to breathe, and it helps flush out your lungs. It'll make you cough if you've been a little bit sick. But whatever's in your lungs, that's what you want. You want to cough the stuff up. That's what kills you, the fluid drowning you. So, there's a few different things that you can do to kind of protect yourself and be on guard. You know, every so often I'll get a Q-tip and peroxide and I'll wipe my nose. That peroxide kills the bacteria in there, in your nose. You know, wash out your mouth with peroxide if you're that scared. I wash my mouth out with peroxide every so often. It's not going to kill you. It just kills bad bacteria that may be up in there. So, I just, all in the last minute, decided to make this video and just say, hey, you know, this is up to y'all. Neighbors are calling on neighbors, trying to put them in jail because they're walking up the street. A preacher, you know, having church service and had like a little radio band for the people to sit in the cars and listen to the radio and the preacher preach. And the whole town in Greensville, Mississippi, got tickets in the parking lot, on a private parking lot. That's ridiculous, y'all. That is communism 101. And whether you're religious or whether you're not, when you start being communist against religious people, the other people are next. Piece by piece by piece by piece, they're taking and taking. And they did say, get used to the new norm. So, I believe in the government when they operate in good behavior and stay on the side of the Constitution and we stay on the side of the Bill of Rights, our inalienable rights. Constitution is a stop sign from the government not to cross over. But we, the people, need to wake up. Quit calling yourself public citizens. That's slavery talk. We the people have power. I didn't make up the rules. The government did. Look it up in law. Public citizens. Government's the boss of them. We the people are the boss of the government. Don't forget, once they take, they keep taking, and it may not affect you because you're too old. But it's definitely coming for your kids because I've lost a lot of rights between my lifetime. And I'm 50 years old now, y'all. And I see my rights disappear. I used to be able to shoot machine guns that we can't own now. Oh, why do you need a machine gun? Well, why do y'all need a Mustang or a Corvette? You're most likely going to get into a wreck because you're going too fast over all the horsepower. Why don't you just go out and buy you a Geo? You'd be a lot safer. It's because it handles different. It's fun when you go out practice shooting. And if anything, if we ever get invaded, I don't bank on the government. If we get invaded, I'm fighting back. I don't bank on them. I'm to protect my family. Remember a few things. Inalienable rights means I have a right to life. No if, no ands, no buts. I have a right to property. No if, no ands, no buts. I have the right to liberty. No if, no ands, no buts. And the fourth one is the most important one. I have the right to protect them three by any force necessary. So do you if you're we the people. You don't have that right if you're a public citizen. Come on, y'all. It is time to wake up and smell the coffee. There's no reason for this except fear. And if you're scared, you cannot trust your way of thinking because you're not thinking correctly. Anytime anybody's scared of anything, they always go into a state of panic. They're not clear-headed. This is my opinion only. But as a person who's not afraid of this virus, well, I'm clear-headed. I see the government overreaching. I'm seeing every single of my neighbors pretty much in prison. And you're letting the government do it, which means it's going to get worse because they do not let go of power. I understand that you want to be safe than sorry. But if you want to give up some of your freedom for peace, you don't deserve freedom or peace or public safety. If you want to give up your freedom to the government, we don't deserve the freedom at all. This is Diesel for We the People. Study your Bill of Rights first. Then study the Constitution so that way you know where the government cannot cross. The Second Amendment says not to infringe. That means they cannot put any restrictions. No excuses. The only reason why you guys are making excuses is because you're scared and you're not in the right mind of thinking. I'm not worried about my neighbor having a pilot jet. I feel safe with my neighbor having a pilot jet. So if we ever get invaded by the government or by other countries, he's got my back. Not worried about somebody having a nuclear bomb because it takes a lot of money to maintain that. And if there is anybody who's going to have that, it's going to be well known and everybody's going to watch that person. It's going to be under scrutiny. So, yeah, there's no reason why we cannot have these things. It's just the government blindsided you. You believed it. The funny thing is, not a single one of y'all actually trust the government. But it just seems like every time they do something this stupid, you beg the government to come and save me. Oh, Mr. Government, come and save me. Please come and save me. Some of y'all, you may leave comments and kind of get mad at me or whatever. But you're the one who's begging them to help you. I don't need their help. I don't want their help. You guys are the one begging. And I'm not talking about all in general. But the people that's listening to this, that's doing that, they know who they are. And for them people, I still love y'all. You're man and woman in my eyes. You're a human being. I do not wish any harm upon y'all. At all. But if you want to see me in prison because of what I say, isn't that contradictory in exactly what you're saying I'm saying? At least you want to cause me harm when I don't want no harm done to you. In fact, I want you to be free. Y'all out there, and you know which ones you are, want to call the cops on every little bitty thing. Some cases there may be. Some other cases it's just stupid penalty things. If I have a problem with my neighbor, I'll go confront my neighbor. Man on man. Man on woman. Find out what the problem is. See if we could, solve the issue. I'll leave y'all be. This is Diesel for We the People. Study while you have time. And hopefully, you have a job tomorrow. Finish this video.
Tradition of mass destruction in the name of total reconstruction. My biggest source of confusion, the reason of decay and disillusion, unto permanent eyes, we found breathless paradise. No, we're not dead. No, we're not dead. Just enjoying coma.
Ginger. Awesome band. Bye for now.